Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. This post comes to you guys from Mike Dano over at X. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys can check it out. Also, I'll leave a link to Roger Edner's podcast in the description so you guys can check that out as well. So it's here. It's happening. We talked about it for a while now. If T-Mobile continues to grow at this pace, we've said it for years, eventually they will become the number one carrier. So, according to Roger Edner, T Mobile is now the biggest mobile operator in the US in terms of consumer customer numbers and is on track to be the biggest overall by next year. And I think that's where T Mobile makes a statement and an announcement when they become the biggest overall. Right now, T Mobile is not really talking about it that they are the biggest in terms of consumer customers. But once they become the biggest overall, they're going to talk about it. They're going to be very loud. It'll probably be another Uncarrier press event like we just saw recently in Vegas. So that's going to happen. Roger talked about it as well. He was in Vegas, a part of the event. He got some one-on-one time with John Fryer, Mike Katz, and Srini Gopalan. That's not easy to do. So Roger Edner got that one-on-one time, and T-Mobile is very focused. They're very focused on fixing pain points. Even though we don't think, right, on the channel, I saw the comments, me, myself, we don't think it's uncarrier worthy, but they think so. They look at the data, they run the analytics, and they see switching as a pain point. And they say switching is a pain point by design to keep people from switching to another carrier. If switching is that easy, you're just going to switch from Verizon to T-Mobile and it's no problem, right? That's always been an issue. I'm telling you guys right now, like transferring data, that's a part of the overall process of switching. No matter if it's directly a part of the switching, it's an overall part of it. That's why people say, "Oh, I don't want to switch. I don't want to get a new phone because then I have to transfer my data." I've heard it all day long. I've heard those issues, and T-Mobile is trying to solve that pain point. So by addressing that, they could get more people into stores that were reluctant to switch because it's a pain point. So now T-Mobile is saying it's not a pain point. So let me go and see how quickly they can switch me. So that's another part of creating foot traffic into stores, the app, the calling queue, whatever. That's another marketing tool to create foot traffic. It is. We talked about it yesterday. It really is. And now T-Mobile is stating that they are the biggest mobile operator in the US in terms of consumer customers. I mean, that one wasn't hard to figure out, right? After you get Metro PCS, after you get Sprint, you get US Cellular, you got Iowa Wireless. I think they got that. They got Swiftel, they got Shentel. Once you acquire all those, you should be the largest by consumer customer numbers. And that's just going to continue to increase. T-Mobile does usually, 3 million postpaid ads per year, a little over 3.3, 3.4 million. If they're going to continue to grow at that pace and nobody challenges them, I mean, it's going to happen. It's not a matter of if anymore, it's a matter of when. It's going to happen. And if Verizon and AT&T don't really challenge that status quo that T-Mobile has created, it's a wrap. And it can't just be a subtle change. Like if Verizon does the restructuring, they make some subtle changes. Oh, we're not going to do the My plan. We're gonna do this plan. That's not going to work. They're going to have to do something disruptive. Dan Schulman is going to have to create something around, if you switch from T-Mobile, we'll give you 20% off any of our rate cards. Like it has to be that aggressive, and it has to be led by price. I truly, because if you look at the market today, if you promotionally, everybody's doing the same thing. Everybody's offering bundle discounts. You get the iPhone, Apple smartwatch, and iPad on us. Everybody's doing that today. So that's not really a differentiator. For Verizon to turn this around, it's got to be led by price. That's my opinion after the conversation I had last night. It's got to be led by price. Nothing else will change anything. It has to be price that turns this around, and that gets more people shifting from T-Mobile to, from T-Mobile to Verizon. That's the only way. If you're gonna keep it subtle, if you're gonna keep it, generally the same, it's just not going to work in your favor. And when you make the announcement, Verizon, if you're watching, when you make that announcement, you have to be loud. It has to be a big push. It has to be a press event, all eyes on you. It has to be a huge marketing push, like an ad campaign. It's got to be all that. So let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. Like I said, I'll leave both links in the description. Make sure you guys stay tuned for more. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.